What's up, guys? Welcome back to Snapshot Takes Football Podcast. I'm your host, Javi,
It's Diego.
and today we'll be having a Champions League review based on the last fixtures, and then we'll give our predictions at the end of the video for the upcoming fixtures starting up on Tuesday. We'll go ahead and get started with the Real Madrid versus Marseille game. That game ended up 2-1, actually.
I think it was a pretty good game. Both teams had a lot of chances. Courtois and Rulli both came up clutch for their teams. They were a main reason the scoreline wasn't much bigger than what it was. I don't know if you've seen the stat. Rulli is the first goalkeeper in history to do 10 saves in the first half of a Champions League match. That shows you how much Madrid attacked.
I believe Weah was also the first player from the United States to score against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Trent's actually not having the best of starts to his Real Madrid career. He did get injured in that game.
Injured off early, first couple minutes.
Yeah, in the 5th minute, he actually gets subbed out for Carvajal to come and replace him. And Carvajal did it.
Getting a red card.
Yeah, Carvajal, he loses his temper a lot.
His red card was silly, especially you're a veteran. Why are you losing your head like that?
You see how Carvajal is. He's an aggressive player. I feel like he's out there to hurt you. He got that Sergio Ramos mentality.
He actually just got injured this weekend too. Going to miss a couple weeks. But back to the game, it was 2-1. Weah opened up the score.
Take from Gulen, lost the ball that actually led up to that goal.
And then 2 penalties for Mbappe.
The one on Rodrigo, clear as day.
That was clear.
Clear as day. Really actually did come close to actually both.
Rulli went to the World Cup with Argentina, and I guess that somewhat influenced him to know where he was going to shoot it because he was right there. It's just Mbappe. He does what he does.
Marseille is actually on the attack for the majority of the game, surprisingly.
Yeah, Madrid held off, especially with 10 men. They knew the type of game it was supposed to be played, and they executed to perfection, in my opinion.
The only thing I'd probably disagree with that one is the fact that Carvajal did get a red in the 70th minute, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but even before then, Marseille had their chances, but I feel like they still did a good. Yeah, they both had their chances.
Honestly, with the chances they had, they could have probably at least tied up the game.
Yeah, like I said, both goalkeepers came up big. When it's the Champions League, I always say it comes down to little things and momentum, and both goalkeepers capitalized off on that, so it came down to the details. What do you think about that second penalty call?
That one was the controversial one.
I see why it's a pen because it wasn't fully on the floor, but I also seen other calls where it's practically the same thing and it's not called, so I would just like for it to be called correctly every time, not just when there's not
when it seems like it's depending on the team
so like,
that's being called on.
If it's an inch off the floor, it's a pen, but if it's on the floor, it's not a pen. But it seems like they can't agree. So
I mean, different referees, I guess, different perspectives.
Favoritism.
Move on to Bayern Munich game versus Chelsea. That game did end up 3-1 as one of my predictions based on the TikTok that we have posted.
This guy. Bayern started off winning 1-0 to an own goal by Chabola. Then a penalty for Harry Kane, which anywhere he goes, it seems like he's a nightmare for Chelsea.
Don't matter the team. He's gonna come back and haunt Chelsea. The Cole Palmer goal was actually really nice. I love that 1-2 he had with
Malagusto.
Yeah, that 1-2 he had with him. That was really good.
The way he looked around the pitch as soon as he grabbed the ball and just decided to start sprinting, it was a good goal from him and a great finish. I don't know if you knew this though. Manuel Neuer actually became the oldest player in Bayern Munich history to play in a Champions League match.
That's crazy, but not unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for years.
That longevity.
The actual numbers is 39 years and 174 days. So he's going to keep on breaking it.
Oh, no.
He's going to end up being 40 by the time he leaves. What do you think about Chelsea? It seems like, this weekend they lost as well, but that's for another video. It seems like the injuries are piling up. They can't get it together even after a great Club World Cup.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what you referred to in the last video or the video prior, that Chelsea's good on attack, but their main issue is the defending part. Yeah. It doesn't look good. If your attack is good, you gotta focus on your defense as well. You can score the goals that you want. The issue is how many are you gonna concede? Goalkeeper mistakes, defensive players that don't come back. Because Chelsea's a really good team. They're just not putting that effort in defensively, and it goes back to when you said as well, the maturity level on that team isn't on par with the rest of the big teams.
Man, the MFC, they got real good talent. I feel like everywhere they have talented players except for that center back and the goalies. Honestly, I feel like that's their main lack of.
I find it a bit disappointing, honestly, just because Chelsea's one of those teams that spends so much money.
Yeah.
And you'd expect with so much money being spent that you'd bring in
a decent center back and
center back.
goalkeeper. What do you think about Bayern?
Bayern's as strong as ever.
They actually look good.
Bayern's always gonna look dangerous. The issue is just I feel like they don't run into enough big games. Is kind of the reason why they never make it as far as they supposed to.
Especially with, well, Chelsea's a big club, but they're still, like I said, lacking certain areas as you referred as well. But I feel like that midfield isn't capable of producing a Champions League win. I just feel like they're lacking a lot, but they've been able to pull through these games just because their front three is amazing.
Even a little bit more amazing just because of the simple fact that their midfield isn't as strong as what it's supposed to be because of injuries. The fact that they're able to pull this off, it's really impressive. Just shows you how good structurally the team is built.
It seems like company's doing a good job though over there.
Moving on to the Liverpool versus Atletico game. Also another one I got right.
This guy.
Liverpool does go on to win 3-2 in that game. Really tight game.
Liverpool went into a 2-0 lead pretty early on the game.
Oh yeah, I think it was like less than 10 minutes.
Robertson scored the first one. And then,
that deflected free kick.
Who scored the second one?
Yeah, Salah. It was Gravenberch that gave the assist to him.
Yes, and then Llorente, man, it seems like Anfield is his playground. He loves playing there. He loves scoring against you.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well go ahead and play for Liverpool.
He's been really good this season.
Yeah, I feel like that's an issue with Llorente though. Every season, I don't know if you pay attention to him, but every season he starts off strong and then it just kind of dies down a little bit. It doesn't worsen, but he doesn't really put up those numbers later in the latter half.
Yeah, I feel like it depends because Simeone uses him in a lot of roles. I feel like he just be tired, and he's a type of player that you need him to play every game just because he's good everywhere. That plays a role into it. Pretty good player. Strong, fast, tall. He scored the 2 on you guys and 2 on Liverpool.
The first one that Llorente scores and Griezmann they're saying he's in the way of Alisson's way.
Oh, yeah.
I personally think he was in Alisson's field of vision. But,
Liverpool.
But I mean, referees decide.
But then in the dying minutes, big boy Virgil, all reliable. What a great header too. Like nobody was marking him. Like he literally stood.
Even if you try to mark Virgil, it's just.
I feel like they could put a little bit pressure on him though.
Virgil van Dijk is just one of the best to do it, honestly.
I agree.
But in the end of that game, Simeone he went crazy, he crashed out.
Yeah,
against that fan.
A fan laughed in his face. I don't know if you've seen the little history about that between him and Slot.
Oh, so back then when Slot used to be who did he used to coach? PSV? No.
It was I don't recall exactly, but it was a friendly, and Simeone did the same thing that the fan did to him, and then after in the press conference they asked Slot about it, and he said he could learn a thing or two about it, like about the situation. But yeah, Simeone ended up getting a red card. Won't be able to manage their next game. Yeah, I would love to see them play again.
Oh no, especially next time with Julian.
Yeah.
Both teams have to be at 100 in order to really judge.
That's a big vocal point. Their main player was out.
We'll go ahead and move on to the Barcelona game, which they did face Newcastle at Newcastle's ground and left with the win of 2-1. Joan Garcia,
crucial for them.
Yeah, honestly, he had some really, really important saves in the game because Newcastle was on the attack. From the very start of the game, I mean, they had a clear game plan and they went through with it the entire way. It's just
one of our previous videos where we talked about it. I said that it was going to be a very counterattack. You said it was going to be physical, which is correct. But St. James Park was rocking, man. First few minutes, Newcastle were on all over Barcelona. And I will say first and second half, starting off both halves, they were trying to attack, and first half it looked like Newcastle was there. They had many chances to take over the lead, but they couldn't get that goal. That one save that I believe Gordon shot it, and Joan Garcia blocked it with his leg. It was crucial, man.
Rashford scores. He scores twice in that game, actually. And that's his first and second goal of his Barcelona career.
First the header, the second that outside the box shot. Hit the post.
Yeah, that was
crossbar.
Crazy. What a game for Rashford.
Yeah. After the injury of Lamine, he wasn't called up, and he steps up when they need him. It was a very big game for him.
Yeah, and Frankie de Jong, crazy game. Him and Pedri honestly controlled that midfield, and it
seems like Pedri was the talk of the week after that game. It seems like all the Englishmen were we're giving him his flowers finally.
And they were finally introduced to Pedri.
Yeah, before it was all Jude. Now they're
now the competition goes even bigger.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because he controls the tempo. The way he controls the game, he play at his rhythm.
He brings that calmness to the midfielders.
Yeah, him and Frankie know how to control.
Yeah.
They're real calm on the ball. The final minutes when Gordon scored, I thought it was going to be like a hectic game. But yeah, that's when he got the ball controlled. They touched around. He was all over the pitch. Seems like they added 7 minutes. It seemed like he had the ball for 6 of them. I think that was the best game.
Definitely was one of the best games this week for. But Murphy does give the assist to Gordon in the last 9 minutes, and actually in the 90th minute, Gordon is able to pull one back for them. Now we go ahead and move on to the Manchester City versus Napoli game.
Yep, and the 2-0.
And the 2-0 in favor of Manchester City, exactly how you predicted it.
Man,
Congratulations on your
1 point. Ball, man. He just got lucky.
Napoli captain does get a red in the 20th minute for his act on Haaland. So that already starts off the game on the bad end. But KDB is actually the one that gets sacrificed because of that red card. So we didn't really get to see
his
much
homecoming. His homecoming was ruined.
City did struggle a bit to find the back of the net. But what do you expect when you're going against the Serie A champions? Foden's assist for Haaland's header. Gotta give it to Foden.
Foden's finally finding his form, man. He's a joy to watch.
Yeah.
Such a great player, man. He could do it all.
It's nice to have. Yeah, it's nice to have Foden back.
Hopefully he keeps it up. To be honest, another player that's surprising me over there at City is Doku. He's been leveling his game a lot. I don't know if Pep is finally giving him his freedom to do what he wants. You know, some people call him a winger killer.
Yeah, I mean, he danced through defenders in that game. He definitely has a little bit more control over his freedom on that wing. So it's really nice to see skillers
to do what they can, like show out the flair.
Fast feet. It's just, you see those kind of players. It just wows you every time you see them.
The other game that stood out was just Juventus versus Dortmund, just because they ended a 4-4. They all came in the second half.
All 8 goals came
in the second half.
No, that's crazy. Imagine turning the TV off in the first half. It's like, this game going to end up 0-0.
It's crazy because Dortmund actually had the lead multiple times. They were winning 1-0, then they were winning 2-1, then they won it 3-2, and then 4-2. They couldn't hold on.
Yeah, no, what a ping pong match that was.
Yeah, Vlahovic ended up winning player of the game. That was a pretty good game. I really thought it was going to be a low scoring one. Yeah, so they ended up 4-4. Right now, the Champions League, after the match day 1 fixtures, they all have 3 points. I guess he'll put the table up here because it's a long list. There's 36 teams in the Champions League and most of them are tied with points. This week is another match day 2.
Match day 2 coming up this Tuesday.
So it's going to be a little clip, right?
Yep.
Little challenge. This boy, he's been clowning me. These are all the fixtures, but we won't mention all of them. Like I said, it's 36 teams, so what? That's 18 games, which is insane. So we'll just talk about the big clubs. Kairat Almaty will be facing Real Madrid. Madrid is going to Kazakhstan. So, I mean, I don't think you could get this one wrong.
I think it'll be extremely easy for Real Madrid, honestly.
Yeah, they should walk right through them. I would be surprised if it's less than 3 goals in this game, honestly.
Especially with Mbappe on fire.
Mbappe has scored in every game, I believe he's played in this season. Another game, this one's actually going to be good. Atletico Madrid versus Frankfurt, especially after this weekend, what Atletico showed and past Thursday that they're finally coming back, and it's going to be a home game for them. I believe Atletico should win this one. I see it's going to be a tough game. I feel like it's a harder game for them against these low teams. Like, it seems like they're scared to attack.
Got to think about Frankfurt, who's actually having a pretty solid start in their league. They are 4th place in the Bundesliga. I think this game is going to be actually a lot interesting than many would expect it to, but I do think this is going to be one of those close games, but I still think Atletico take it.
Especially with the form Julian's in.
I think this game ends in like a 2-1 game.
2-1, yeah. I agree with that one as well. So far, no differences.
Yeah, no difference. This ain't good.
Chelsea Benfica. I feel like that's going to be a good game. Well, Benfica actually just got Mourinho as their manager.
They did.
I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah. So he'll be back at Stamford Bridge. I want to see his
homecoming.
where the special one became the special one. Chelsea should win this, but like we said earlier in the video, they have a lot of mistakes and a lot of things they need to work on. So Benfica could end up doing some type of damage to them.
I think this game is one of those games that end up in a draw. The only reason why I'd give Chelsea the upper hand is they're a more structured team at the moment. Their manager, he kind of knows, and the players know what to expect. And Mourinho just got this job. It's like any other manager job that in the beginning you have to go through the
process
game
of finding your team.
Benfica's actually a pretty solid team. I mean, they're not bad.
Yeah, they have
just
quality.
Because the Portuguese league isn't in the top 5 league doesn't mean they're not contenders for the Champions League.
Especially after last season. You saw what the games with Barcelona. They were all really tough games.
Their striker's good. They still have Otamendi as a center back.
They signed
now they got Richard Rios in that midfield. I think this game is in a draw. I'd say probably a 2-2 the way that game is.
It's not a bad shout. I think Chelsea should win this. There's no reason for them not to. They need that comeback, especially after, I believe that's 3 defeats in a row. Bayern, United, and then they just lost this weekend.
Yeah, to Brighton?
Brighton, yeah. You know, a team with great philosophy. I think this is going to spark their comeback. Galatasaray versus Liverpool. They're going to go to Turkey.
The atmosphere
there is going to be crazy. You know, them Turkish.
Absolutely crazy.
Go crazy. They light that stadium up,
literally. They give you Champions League retro vibes, flares everywhere. It's just crazy.
That's how it should be. This is amazing. But yeah, I feel like this game is gonna be tougher.
I think this is gonna be one of the toughest games for Liverpool, actually.
Yeah, but I still think Liverpool has so much talent. They spent so much money. There shouldn't be a reason to struggle. But whenever you go away to teams like this, you don't know what to expect. But I think Liverpool win this 3-1. I feel like it's going to be a tough first half, but once they find the gaps they got to go through, they'll capitalize on it.
I feel like Liverpool takes this win as well. I'd say it's going to be like a 1-0 or a 2-1 game.
That's all the ones we're going to talk about for Tuesday. Now we'll go to Wednesday, which start off with Arsenal and Olympiacos.
Arsenal wins that game. I'm pretty confident on that one.
Especially because it's at the Emirates. I believe Arsenal should win. They had a pretty tough game this weekend versus Newcastle. They should win. I forgot to mention that Arsenal's another game that I wanted to talk about before this. They won 2-0 against Athletic Bilbao. It was a pretty close game. The substitutions came on, Trossard and Martinelli, and they made the difference. But they dominated most of the game. Bilbao actually had chances, but they didn't capitalize. But I think Arsenal should.
I think they win this game 2-0.
Yeah. I believe the same. 2-0. Another game, Monaco versus City. Monaco is a team that's finding form. Like, they look good.
Yeah, sadly, they lost this past weekend. But I say they're finding their way along the way. But I don't think they take this win against City.
Yeah, no. They're playing at home, though, Monaco. But City, you know, they have what they have. They have the money they spend every summer, and it's tough to go against a team like City. I feel like that's going to be a real close game. I feel like it'll be a 1-0, 2-1.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel like it's going to be a real defensive game from Monaco. And City are going to struggle to find their goals. I could be wrong. This is going to end up a 5-0 just because I said this.
No, I mean, I was thinking City would take this win against Monaco and win 3-0.
Next game would be, it's a little game that I think is personally going to be good, is Villarreal versus Juventus.
Two real structured teams.
Yeah, I like Villarreal this season, man. I keep saying it in every video, but I feel like You
keep saying it in every video, and then every time you hype them up, they lose.
They actually won this weekend, though.
Yeah, hype them up this weekend.
But I really like their playing style. I don't know why. Ever since last season, I've seen something in them, man. And especially Nicolas Pepe, it seems like that's his team. I actually think they're going to lose this game, though, against Juventus. Yeah, even though I'm hyping them up, I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Juventus takes it.
It's the Diego curse.
Like reverse psychology.
Juventus should take this one. Honestly, I'd say it's a 2-0, 2-1 game in favor of Juventus.
I'm actually changing. It's going to be a draw. I believe it's going to be 1-1. Then the game everybody's been waiting for. Sucks that there's so many injuries, especially on the Paris side. They have way more. Barcelona just picked up 2 injuries, Joan Garcia and Rafinha.
But
they
you
lost
still got to add
as
the
well.
other two. Yeah, Gavi and Fermin.
Fermin. PSG definitely are losing more key players than Barcelona are right now.
PSG, if I'm not mistaken, they've lost like mainly attackers.
Do you know exactly who's all going to be sidelined?
I think Barcola's not playing, Duve's not playing, Dembele's still injured if I'm not mistaken.
Marquinhos is going to be out. Vitinha got hurt this weekend.
I saw he got substituted
in the first half.
In the first half, but did he really get injured?
Yeah,
or was that just
they saying he's injured.
Oh.
I don't think he'll take a player like that out in the first half. This is going to be a good game. I feel like even with all those injuries, it's still going to be a pretty attacking game.
It is.
From both sides, just because
that's just how both play.
Yeah, they have their game planned. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards Barcelona in this game just because, like I said, there's more crucial players missing for Paris than on the Barca side. And I believe they should win it like 2-1, 3-1. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring.
I actually think the opposite.
Really?
I do think Barcelona win, but I do think it ends in like a 3-2.
I feel like the main concern for Barcelona is just going to be stopping Kvaratskhelia. But other than that, I feel like Barcelona, especially with Vitinha not playing, I feel like they're just going to control the midfield. It's going to be another Pedri and Frankie show.
Yeah, honestly, the only issue I'd probably say is that, yeah, you have Pedri and Frankie to control that midfield, but who's dealing with the fullback power that PSG offers?
I feel like especially you've seen Rashford being able to make that sacrifice. You saw him against Newcastle. He was hustling back. I don't know if you saw that one counterattack that he lost the ball. And
he went
Newcastle
right back.
were on the attack and he came in, he slid and everything. So I feel like he'll be able to at least keep up with Hakimi some type, like put some pressure on him, not give him a free wing. Especially Balde's supposed to be back for this game. But who knows? Gerard Martin doesn't look too... He's not that solid defensively.
Yeah,
like, he makes a lot of little mistakes.
He surprises you when he's attacking, but he disappoints you when he's defending.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. I think Rashford, he'll be up for that. On the other side, though, Nuno Mendes, with Yamal coming back, we don't know how he played today, but that's for another video. Yeah, but he looked solid. He looked pretty good, but he's not a player you want to be sprinting back and forth because he does his magic on the attacking side. You can't have him sprinting back and forth, and then when he has the ball, he's not going.
The main issue is his speed as well.
He's not as fast.
Thinking about it, who plays right back for Barcelona in that game? Got Koundé, Eric Garcia.
I believe it's going to be Koundé, but Koundé's solid.
Yeah, the only issue, like I said, would be the speed.
Yeah, but who knows if Yamal is even going to start, especially after coming off an injury. You don't know if you want to put him in for 90 minutes or whatever.
Lamine Yamal is one of those players that Barcelona is going to take care of.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he won't start that game, but as you could tell from the game he just played last weekend.
But if he doesn't start, who starts right there? Because Rafinha's not. Unless he puts Rashford at the right wing, because he has done that in a couple of... Flick has done that in a couple of games. He put him in after... I don't know if Rafinha was the one substituted, but he did put Rashford on the right wing a couple of times. And
the good thing about Rashford is he's real versatile.
Yeah, he's done it at United. He's done it at United multiple times. So
Rashford onto the right, who plays the left?
You could put Ferran Torres.
It seems like you're going to have 3 strikers up top.
Unless Flick changes up the formation as well, which I doubt he will just because he already knows how he wants to play. But I still believe this is going to be a midfield game. I think Barca's just going to take over with those two midfield masterminds they have. That'll be all for this video. For the Champions League video.
That concludes our Champions League Match Day 1 fixtures recap and our predictions for the next upcoming dates that start back again this Tuesday. We'll be back to talk about the results after Wednesday. So Thank you guys for watching.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Please and thank you.
All right, guys.
Later.